So heading into training camp, the Chiefs roster is looking pretty good. However, there is one position group that could be a concern and worth keeping eyes on.
I think the only group that I'm concerned about is probably linebacker, just because I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna flesh that group out, and it's basically the same group that it was last year. Nick Bolton gets his contract, and we know his strengths and weaknesses. I think he's a very good middle linebacker. He's exactly the brain that Steve Spagnuolo wants to have in that defense. He's not a linebacker that you're excited to see in space and coverage. Drew Tranquill is the guy you're typically happy to see in space and coverage, but his season last year was a little bit of a step down than it was the year prior. We're going to find out, was that injury related? Was that him just getting a little bit older? Is there room for him to take that step back up this year? If he does, I'm less worried about it altogether. And then Leo Chanel, who every Chiefs fan rightfully adores because he's a maniac in all the ways you want a linebacker, do it all defensive piece to be. He's also not going lateral very often, right? Like, so when I look at what the Chiefs are going to do from a coverage perspective, I'm concerned about the linebacking core a little bit because I think they're really relying on Tranquill to take a step up. I'm not putting that on Jeffrey Bassa year one for him. Maybe he's the Tranquill replacement plan a year down the line. All that to say, the linebacker room has a little bit of those questions for me. A little worried about linebacker, really excited about literally every other unit on the defense.